How's it going, everyone? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another virtual description. Today we are going to talk about my really cool 1966 Chevrolet Impala SS. This is a vehicle I bought from a gentleman out of New Mexico. He owned the vehicle for a while, and the backstory goes that he bought it from a family friend that had it a really long time. The car is a little bit of an older, redone car cosmetically, but it's really cool that it is a real SS and it's a factory AC car, which is also an awesome bonus. The driveline that's in this is the original 327. It is a stock style motor. It runs really well, nothing high performance. Just again, more of a stock style 327, backed by the 2-speed automatic power glide. And then this one does retain a 10-bolt rear end. Being that it is just a 2-speed, and it does have a little bit of gear in the rear end. It's really about a 55, 60, even a 65 mile an hour car, but it's nothing that I'm hopping on the highway doing 80, 85 without either switching the gears in the rear end or going to an overdrive transmission. You could go to a 700 R4 behind that 327, and that would be a great addition to this car. Doesn't have to be done, just kind of a personal preference thing there. You do have power steering and then power drum brakes. The drum brakes do stop the vehicle well, but it is a big, heavy car. So I would, if it was mine to keep, I would probably do a disc brake conversion on the front as well. You do have factory AC, which has been converted to R134A. It does have the old Air Products POA conversion done on it. The AC does blow nice and cold. The heat also works, but when you switch it to the heat's only coming out of the defrost. The AC, however, does come out of the dash vents. On your exhaust, you retain an original style set of manifolds. You have dual exhaust. It does have replacement mufflers, but they are a stock style muffler. And then full tailpipes. It is not very loud going down the road, but it still has a decent exhaust note to it. Take a look at my test drive video. We'll dive into more of the mechanicals. But again, a good stock style driving Impala SS. On my Does It Work section, there are a few smaller things that need to be addressed. For starters, the fuel gauge is not reading correctly. It's going to need a sending unit in the tank, most likely. You have one of two items. Either the gauge is bad or the sending unit's bad. Most likely, probably the sending unit. The radio that's in it is an aftermarket stereo, but it's not powering on. So my guess is that's probably something pretty simple. Your dash lights and your dash clock do not work. For the dash clock, I've taken them out. I've had them repaired and rebuilt, and then they stop working again. So that doesn't bother me. The dash lights are probably the original bulbs behind the gauge cluster and just need to probably be changed out. So I don't see that being a difficult thing to do. And then your wipers and your washer sprayers aren't doing anything. Take a look at that Does It Work section. It is posted on the website. It outlines what works and what does not work on the vehicle. During my normal inspection, I noted a minor little drip from the bottom of the motor, and same thing with the transmission. Both very minor, nothing that needs to be addressed at the moment. But a little disclaimer, you do have a couple little drips if the vehicle sits in the same spot. Like pretty much any old car, if you're not regularly driving it, those seals can tend to shrink up, and you can get a little drip here and there. If you have to have them repaired, you could probably do some seals on it, but it's small enough that I wouldn't do it at this point. A lot of your suspension components and your shocks have been done. The shocks front and rear have recently been replaced. You do have a new center link and tie rod ends in the front, and then also the ball joints and the boots in the front look like they've been done. The rear control arm bushings and the driver's side tie rod boot, that is missing, and then some of the bushings are a little bit cracked up in the rear end, but nothing, again, that has to be done at this moment. But I'll have good photos of all of those wear items in my additional informations tab on the website. On your exterior, this was a color change. It was originally a code CC or main white. I don't know exactly the year that the paint was done, but it is older. If I remember correctly, the guy that I bought it from said it was done back in the early 90s, and kind of walking around the car looking at it, that very well could be accurate information, but I don't have any paperwork for when the paint was done. The black paint shows well, but it is not perfect. It does have its imperfections and it does have its flaws. It's still nice and shiny. It looks good, but it's not going to win you any best of show paint. For a car to hop in and drive, you can still be very proud of it, but it does, again, have its flaws and little imperfections here and there. The bumpers and the trim, along with the glass, are probably all original, so you do have some age on those items as well. The black vinyl top is in good shape. Take a look at my additional informations tab on the website. It will outline all of the imperfections, front, back, inside and out, all the way around the car, so you can really get a good depiction of the cosmetics on it. Same thing with the interior. This was originally a black interior car. Now it still retains its original buckets and console, but the interior is a two-tone, like white with black. It's an older, again, redone interior, probably done at the same time as the exterior. I will say the driver's seat foam is broken down a little bit. So if you are going to change the seat covers or do anything, that driver's seat foam is, again, broken down a little bit, but the seat's not jabbing you at all. It's just when you sit in it, you kind of sink down into the seat. The carpet's in good shape. The mats are nice. Again, the dash and the gauges are really easy to see. You do have those 3 gauges up underneath the center of the dash as well. The rear package tray was redone at the same time as the seat cover, so that's a matching material. The headliner, again, like the rest of the interior, is older and does have a little bit of discoloration, and you'll see that in the test drive video. The engine bay is very clean. Obviously, you have your 327, you have your AC, which is all hooked up. The inner fenders have been undercoated. It's nice and solid. The firewall is nice and clean. No real issues with the engine bay other than the bottom side of the hood does have some older paint kind of flaking off a little bit, but that's kind of a nitpicky deal on the bottom side of the hood. On the underneath of the car, it is very solid. The floors are extremely nice and original. The frame is excellent with no rust, repair, or problems. Inside the trunk is also very nice, but it has had a trunk pan put in it. My guess is it probably got some moisture underneath the mat at one point and got a little bit of rust in the trunk pan, and they replaced that. But again, no current rust issues, a good, solid Impala. It came from New Mexico, so that's probably why it is a really nice and solid car on the bottom. Overall, it is a really fun Impala SS to drive. 65, 66 Impalas, I love that body style. This is a good, solid car. Yes, it's got some little things to fix, and the cosmetics are a little bit older, but it still is a great car to enjoy. It's a lot of fun to drive. I think the black with the torque thrust style wheels have a great cosmetic look to it. And again, just a good, fun car to drive down the road. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my virtual descriptions. Make sure you check out that test drive video. It's going to have a lot of really good extra information in that video. Also, the additional informations tab on my website, pcclassiccars.com. There's going to be a lot of good pertinent information in there as well. Thanks again for watching this video. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com and have a great rest of y'all's day.